Welcome to Live Edge, episode number next. My name is Matt.
I'm Amy.
Welcome to the show. This is your live stream is brought to you by 731moreworks.com/store. You can still use Holiday 20 as your checkout code and save 20% on anything in the store.
Let's
go check it out.
Savings.
Tonight, we're going to talk about one decision that changed my life, changed her life, several times, actually. So we'll talk about that here in just a few minutes. First thing I want to do is a mail call. We need one of those, I just got a letter. I wonder if we could, like, copyright that song or use it or something.
Probably not.
Yep. First off, thank you to Mark from Working the Grain Hardwoods, Mark and Lee, who sent us some pins.
Sorry, I'm using one right now.
I think this is ambrosia. Almost certain it is. But he turned these pins, and they look fantastic.
Hold that one up there.
She
That
got
one is
this
leopard wood.
Leopard wood. It's really nice. Really nice. Thank you, Mark.
Get my pin back. And then these are super cool.
Yep. And then we got...
Where's the box?
This come in from Mr. Brent Kuhn. The box is over there.
Oh.
This is olive wood. It comes from Bethlehem, actually. It's just really, really cool. From an olive tree.
It came from an olive tree in Bethlehem. And then that side.
That one's a thin blue line. They're both fantastic as well. Thank you, man.
Those are awesome.
They are awesome.
Where'd you put it? Oh, I see it's beside you.
What's that?
The box on the floor.
Is this one this one? Or this one? Right. Nope, that's Mr. Mark.
Oh, that's these, you weirdo.
Oh, okay.
We got everything right here.
Ray and Jeannie Sheeler sent us...
They have a really cool craft.
Yep.
They said it's not woodworking, but this is the craft we do.
It's really cool. There's a bunch of these in here. Some to give away and then some for us. They do these painted rocks, and they're really cool. And this one has Hebrews 6:19 through 20. The anchor that's in our logo is based on that scripture. We have this hope as an anchor for the soul. Firm and secure.
And you can actually like feel some of the stuff on it. But y'all, can y'all see those? I shake so much. I don't know. Can y'all see those? They're
and then we also
cool.
got a shirt. Check this out. This is hilarious. It's Jesus sitting in amongst the offenders. And Jesus says, that's how I save the world.
That is like
awesome.
super cool though, right?
Yeah, that's really cool. That is really cool. Thank y'all very much for those.
Super
Just
cool.
awesome. Awesome gifts. Thank y'all. For the Sawdust Spotlight tonight, these flags were made by Mr. J.D. Thomas. Check this out. So he made a 1776 flag with the "Don't Tread on Me." I love that flag. I've got the "Don't Tread on Me" flag in the garage as well as a 1776. So combining those two was just a fantastic idea. I like that. Those look really cool. And if you don't know, our daughter Mo, Mini 731, picks those out, and that's how we get those. I'm trying to get my ECAM.
Becca likes the shirt too. That shirt's just super cool.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Telling you.
It is hilarious.
I so wish that was my size.
So, what did I do? What
Oh
have
my
I done?
Lord. Have you been pushing buttons again?
I have not pushed any buttons. I haven't pushed any buttons. So the first decision that changed my life, and I guess the theme of tonight's show is don't be afraid to take action. So the first decision, I have many decisions over my life, deciding to
Focus your,
go to work
focus
to
your
the
words.
state police.
Focus your words. Thank
go
you,
to-
Philip Stanfield.
Thank you very much.
Super chat.
Just did, anything you do, you make a decision every day of life. You're making thousands of them all the time. But deciding to actually get out and build the set of J. Bates chairs put us here 5 years later. I would have never thought that possible. Never even would have dreamed that 5 years ago when we started this. And I just decided in February of 2017 to jump out there and build some chairs. That decision changed my life. So that's just one of those things that you just never know the impact one decision will have on your life. And it's just a lot of times we kind of sit idly by and kind of let the world pass. It's easy to do because you get in a routine. You get in this thing where you're just every day's the same. You're doing the same thing every day and you're never changing anything. Well, nothing will ever change if you continue on that cycle. So it's really easy to get in that loop too, because you just...
It's easy to get comfortable.
Yep. And the comfort was that somebody has a slogan that says comfort's a slow death, basically, because you're just always, you're comfortable being in the groove of things. And I think that's one of the main things that this has, which going to troop school really put me out of my comfort zone because I wasn't that person. I didn't do that. Thank you, man.
Thank you,
PJ.
PJ Barker.
Not man. Sorry about that. It's was it?
You can't just assume.
Oh, sorry. I apologize.
Thank you, PJ Barker.
But I don't know. I've it's hard to just stay for me to just stay comfortable, and I think I get that a lot from my dad too. He's never really stayed any one place. I think his nickname used to be Should-he.
Should he do this? Should he do
Should
that?
he go or no? Should he go or should he stay? Because he never stayed at a job very long, and so they always called him Should-he. That was his nickname. I always thought that was kind of interesting. And his CB handle used to be Drifter because he drifted job to job. But that's kind of the I don't know. I just feel like staying comfortable is a way of just never pushing yourself outside your comfort zone. That's the same thing anytime you're doing woodworking projects, where if you do the same project every day all the time, it's hard to grow in your skills, hard to advance doing stuff like that, and just constantly pushing yourself outside your comfort zone. We're fixing to lay hardwood floors by ourselves, so I've never done that, and I think if I watch enough videos, I could probably do it. Right? Yeah, we could do it.
You can do it.
No, and it's not just a room; it's the whole house. It's starting in the den, going through the living room, kitchen area, and then down the hall, and 3 bedrooms. It's a lot of floor.
What he's trying to say is pray a lot.
But it's like that's going to push us outside our comfort zone. We're going to make a video on it, and I think it'll be a cool video to see the process on somebody who's never done that before, just to go for it. And it's I think we got engineered hardwood floors, so like the bottom portion is a ply basically, and then the top 4 millimeters is hardwood. And so we're going to lay those floors and see what happens. And we're going to do a floating floor, so it's you don't have to nail them down, you don't have to glue them down, anything like that. They'll be glued together. The tongue and groove will be glued together, but the rest of it will be floating. But it's going to push us outside our comfort zone. And then later, we're going to later in the year, our plan is to build a what do you call that thing? A fireplace insert type thing with one of those electric fireplace inserts, and then build a mantle, the whole 9 yards. Like, I think that would be a really cool project.
Yeah.
That's going to push us outside our comfort zone. It's not something we normally do. And so we'll see.
Buy knee pads.
Buy knee pads. I do need to get some.
And make sure you guys are dropping those states for me. We'll give you a shout out here in a moment.
I was reading.
I'm sorry. Okay. Well, while he's doing that, we have our Georgia Peach in the house tonight. We have Great Grandpa in there watching on his phone.
Another knee pad. I got to order some knee pad.
We've got Josh Patton in there with us tonight. We got everybody in there with us. Steve Cook. I'm just trying to work through these. Married man's in there with us tonight. Yeah. So pushing outside the comfort zone sometimes feels hard because we're not the same age as other people that normally do it. Sometimes pushing outside the comfort zone is because maybe it's something men normally do and not women, or something women normally do and not men. So I think sometimes...
How old were you when you went back to college full time? You had been taking night classes for years.
I had.
One a semester here and there, but...
I was 35, I think. 35, 36.
So that's going way outside the comfort zone.
Because, you go in and you're next to all of these
18, 19-year-olds. Well, probably 19, 20 at that time.
Yeah.
Using upper level classes.
Right. So I think that you should never stop pushing outside your boundaries. Don't get so comfortable that you don't live. It's
scary and exciting at the same time. It's like us jumping off into this is scary as it can be at first. And then now it's like, it's pretty cool. And so we're just kind of living the dream. I've been blessed beyond measure. I can't even explain how blessed we are. And it's cool. It's cool to be able to do this. And we hope to continue to make cool projects and get cool tools and things like that. But none of it's possible if you never take the first step. And I guess that's what I'm getting at is what actually made me stop doing the same thing every day and going out and building something. I don't know. I wanted some extra money. That's why I started. I've told y'all that many times. I needed the extra $100 I could bring in with it because I wanted to take her on a date. I mean, we had nothing. Like, we were paycheck to paycheck. We was less than paycheck to paycheck. Every time we got a check, it was already spent before we got it, and we lived that way for years. Like it was just that way, and it was just normal. And so taking $100 to go and buy lumber with was not even 100. I think I made 100, and I took 40 or 50 and went and bought that lumber with, and it was a big deal to spend that much on lumber. I was just, especially not knowing you're gonna make it back, and so it was scary to take that first step, and then just.
Rodney McIntyre, welcome to our One Before Supporter Club.
Welcome.
You're funny.
And so, if you don't know, channel members, they get access to member only chats. We do several times a month. We try to do at least 3 a month, and then they also get. I've been releasing rough edits that have no music, no ads. Some people like the rough edit of the video with no music, and so I release those to members only the day of the. Not every video has a rough edit. Most of them do, especially if it's a build video or something like that.
So, Married Man, I saw that somebody else had posted that people are posting they enjoyed your show last night, and then somebody had said that we had company here last night. We had a family that adopted the little baby kitten, came during your showtime last night, so sorry we missed it. We'll have to go back and watch that. But yeah, that was the first thing he said this morning. He was like, man, we had to miss Married Man last night. So if you don't know, Married Man has stepped outside his comfort zone and has started pushing forward.
Yep.
He's killing it.
I'm excited to see his guest next week, John from Lincoln Street Woodworks. One of the up and coming channels on YouTube for woodworking. Dude, he's hilarious, and his editing is top notch. Like, I'm a big fan of his, and he may not even know it, but I'd like to have him on the show. Actually, he would make a good guest. He's done a really good job so far. He's only had he's had a lot of good success. I think he's like almost 80,000 subscribers, and he hasn't been doing this long at all. Like, his videos are top notch.
Yep. But that's the way it is. Thank you, Project Toyota. Merry Christmas, guys. Thanks for a wonderful year. He's been a member of our One Before Supporter Club for 4 months.
Thank you, man.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Lawrence says that Married Man is doing an awesome job with his new live feed. He is.
He's doing really good.
Married Man said he is very much out of his comfort zone, but trying to be bring some value each week.
It's fun though, ain't it?
Yeah,
it's fun. It's fun. It's fun stepping outside your comfort zone. I can't tell you how many times when I started this building J-base chairs, I'd never built nothing like that before. And then when I started getting, I was taking orders, and every time I'm telling y'all, I would get that message and I would show her and be like, I can't do this, and she's like, yeah, you can. I'm like, no. She's like, just do it. And so I would do it, or take the project on and build it, and I'd be like, I did it. I couldn't believe it. It's still that way. But at my workbench, I'm like, I did that. That last table I did with those X braces and the walnut top, I was like, I did that. Like, I was happy with how it come out. And now that I can tell you every mistake on it to this day, that's just the way we are. But I was looking at him like, I can't believe I'd made that. It's just, you surprise yourself when you push yourself out there, I think.
Absolutely. I'm laughing at Stephanie's comment. She said, get this. Because I liked Amy's post on Facebook about the kitten, my Facebook feed is now filled with cats and everything cat-like.
That's how they work.
Oh, Mike Russell, welcome to our 1x6 Supporter Club.
Boop, boop,
Go ahead, do your favorite.
Thank you very much.
Crazy.
Wow.
4321 is asking Dexter if you're subscribed to Married Man's. It's his other channel.
Yeah, it's called Woodworking YouTubers. If you just search Woodworking YouTubers, you'll find it.
He said he wasn't getting notifications of his live. I think that's why.
Okay.
4321 put it in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you, 4321.
It's a really good channel. He does live streams Monday night at 6 p.m. Central. Excellent job. He's doing a good job.
He really is.
I think it's fantastic.
I love that all of you have come together too, because I know several of you, we see you in there on Married Man's on Monday nights when we're in there, and it's like, it's really cool to know that y'all have created this bond, and it's so cool.
It's awesome.
I love it. I'm sorry, I just love it.
4321. Our mailing address is P.O. Box 731.
Here, I'll put it in the chat.
Monticello, Arkansas 71657.
I'll put it in there. There we go. New merch line. Surprise yourself when you push yourself.
That's a good one. I like that.
Surprise yourself when you
Yeah.
push yourself. Yep. Yep. We are all one big family. It really has become
Yeah, it
that
has.
way.
Yep.
It is the best group. I
Thank
think
you, 4321.
I think that you have pushed yourself way more than anybody may even realize by doing this stuff.
How so?
Because okay, so we've talked about it before, but he was never somebody that wanted to talk in front of anybody else.
I still don't.
Yeah, he still don't. He I don't want to say was uncomfortable talking about certain things, but you were more private about things. Like you were not very open about a lot of stuff. You wouldn't faith mistakes that you've made, anything like that.
Family history.
Yeah, any of that stuff. So I think that the more he has pushed himself outside of his comfort zone, the more he's become free.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
It is freeing. It really is. It's like,
yeah.
because I think fear is, I'm sure there's people out there that fear never holds them back from anything. They're just,
I doubt that.
They just seem that way. You know, they just seem that way. Like they just all in on everything.
Have certain fears.
But like fear holds me back more than I want to admit. Like even like certain videos I want to make, certain style videos I want to make, certain things to talk about. Like there's those projects I want to take on. Like there's doubts and fears. When I say fears, it's like an anxiety or a fear that it's not going to work out. It's going to fail. That it's not going to do good, or I'm going to screw it up. Like I think that holds more people back than we care to admit, myself included. But I don't like staying the same. I don't like being the same person I was 5 years ago. It's just, I think we're only given so much time on earth to accomplish the mission you're sent here to do. And there's a reason every person on earth is here. It's just, you have a purpose to be here. You mean something. You're valuable, and you're there. You have a purpose, and your purpose only has so many days in its life, and that's it. That's all you get. You don't get no more. And so I don't want to be the same person I was last year.
Miss Cheryl says that when you talk on videos, it sounds like you've been doing it a lifetime.
Thank you. It took a while.
Michelle Cochelle said, "You've inspired us as a united, supportive, and faithful couple, as well as giving it up to God, knowing He has a plan for you. Looking fear in the eye and replying, 'You don't own me.'" Rodney McIntyre says, "Courage is not the absence of fear. It's the willingness to do the right thing when you're afraid."
Yep. That's one of my favorite quotes of all time.
Shane Hahn says, "I recently pushed myself and made a book matched panel out of sinker cypress.
That's cool.
It came out very good. I was very impressed with the outcome." That's
good
awesome.
Job. I think we all surprise ourselves when we step out and just start. You know, it's just, you got to take the first step, because if you don't take the first step, it's never going to happen. You're just going to be stuck the same. So
Stephanie said that she learned something on the live session the other night. She said, "I thought I knew the great woodworking YouTubers out there, but last night I found so many new folks that I did not know existed." That's cool. She said awesome. That's opened up a wealth of new content. That's awesome.
Yeah. I find stuff like, you'll find those hidden gems, you know, on YouTube that you're not expecting. You'll see something, you're like, I've never heard of that person before, and you'll click on it and watch the whole thing. And you're like, wow, it's pretty cool.
So it's kind of like a hole in the wall diner. You're finding a hole in the wall YouTube.
Yep.
Or a hole in the wall something. Mason says your videos are very inspirational. Keep up the work. Love your stuff.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Thank y'all. And 4321 says, "Don't take that garbage from haters saying you should only do that Jay Bates pocket hole chairs."
Yeah.
I'm always inspired by each time you do something more advanced. I think, hey, I'll get there too.
Well, I enjoy making basic projects, just like the charcuterie boards.
Duncan.
Thank you, man. I enjoy making those charcuterie boards. It's a very simple project, very simple tools. I will continue to make that kind of stuff, and there will be several of those in 2022. I want to make several beginner woodworking projects. I like making those. I like trying to help people learn to craft. And everybody, like, you can learn different styles. Like, you can do really intricate stuff. Go watch Katz Moses, especially some of his early videos where he's hand cutting dovetails and doing some amazing work. Or you can build a pocket hole project and it'd be fantastic and last for a long time. You know, we got I don't know how many pieces of pocket hole furniture is in this house. A bunch. And it's been in
Yeah.
here for 5 years. And people say it won't last. How long is not lasting? 5 years? What's an end table? What is it going to do? It's just going to sit there. It's not like, it's not like you're jumping up and down on it every day. It's just boards
Well, hey,
put
you
together.
don't know what I do when you're not here.
That's true.
Clark Duncan says, late coming from Fort Collins, Colorado. My comfort zone is stretched as he is recovering from a 7-car accident Thanksgiving Day with his car sandwiched as the 6th car.
Oh.
Has spinal issues and doing Christmas orders.
Oof.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
That's awful. I mean, glad you're still pushing through. Miss Cheryl says hole in the walls are the best places. Yes,
Yeah,
they are. Love it. Y'all don't forget to do those thumbs up. Drop your states. We'll give you a shout out in just a little bit. Josh Patton says Matthias Wandel is like the Doc Brown of woodworking.
Yeah, he is.
Who is that?
He's like the biggest woodworking channel on YouTube right now.
Oh, I don't know him.
Like he don't do no thumbnails or nothing, man. He just
Really?
he just posts a video and everybody watches it.
Really? That's funny. Is he one of those hole in the walls?
No, he's a big one.
He's a big one.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Edward Holland says Merry Christmas and God bless. You can reach the button better than I can. There you go. Yep.
Super chat.
That's
my super chat button.
Hey, James Nino. Oh, I gotta write these sites down.
Oh, you slacking.
No.
Slacking.
I just had a new one come in to write down. I'm not slacking. Look, I got them. I got them.
Sure do.
Them. That's right. There's nothing to fear but fear itself.
That's right.
Vicky Erickson. Yeah, I love that. Cassandra, I'm doing good. I still have my kidney stone, but I'm determined. I am determined to pass this stone on my own without paying a medical bill. That's I'm pushing through my comfort zone there.
Yeah.
Y'all.
Miss Stephanie says this is supervised button pushing.
Supervised button. That's right, because I told you to push it. Yeah, you got to be careful with him and those buttons.
The Dad Cave says, watch out, he's pushing buttons again.
No. Let's not put you down.
There's
for
like
the button
32
pushing.
buttons
Stop.
right there.
Don't even get close.
Some of them, I don't even know what they do. One says pause and one says finish. I don't know what that means.
You don't know what it means to pause and finish?
Well, I'm assuming if I click pause, we do that. But that's what I was wondering.
Look.
I look paused. That's what it means.
Thank you, Andy.
Stay away from the keyboard.
Thank you,
I've been doing better. The live streams have done better the last few weeks when I don't push anything right before the show. Sometimes you just got to, though.
I'm going to have to look into that, Rob.
Yeah. Show right.
This thing, it's just not passing.
Yeah, it's hanging in there. Hanging in there.
It hates me. And it hurts at the worst times. In the middle of Walmart, I'm trying to get groceries and it doubles me over. And he's like, just breathe. And he's trying to help me get out of there. And I'm over there embarrassed.
I like my mug.
But he being all sweet about it.
That's a good one there. Roll Dad.
We're at in Southwest Arkansas. Who's pure country? I want to know.
What? Southwest Arkansas. That's
push
over
the buttons, Mr. Matt. That's what Andy says. No.
That's Southwest
Andy's
is over
Tennessee
in
Life and
Texas
Homestead.
County area.
Where? What?
You said where's Southwest Arkansas? It says Texas
No,
County.
I didn't say. I said we're in Southwest Arkansas.
Oh. It's over that way.
You think I don't know that Southwest is in the Southwest? Oh, my gosh.
You already Charlie guy.
Thank you, Michael Mason. In honor of the power tip and the awesome 731 Woodworks family, Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Thank you. What are y'all's plans for
I'd like to know.
For the new year? Are you going to push yourself outside of your comfort zone with the new year? You know, like everybody always does what do they call them? The resolutions?
New Year's resolution.
Do you have a resolution to push yourself outside of your comfort zone? Remember, if they're not laughing at you, you're not dreaming big enough.
That's right. That's right.
Right.
If they ain't laughing at your dreams ain't big
Charlie,
enough.
is he in here? How's he
A
doing?
little bit ago.
Okay. I'm here recovering well. You have all been a godsend and an intimate part of how well my recovery has gone. Awesome. So glad you're doing better, RH. That was
Harley
rough.
guy, somebody else commented on one of the videos. I think it was this week's video. And he was also, his name had Harley in it, and he was from Canada. So I thought of you when he commented.
Pure country.
I think it was Harley
in
Rider or something. That was funny. Tawala Varn says her husband passed 2 years ago this month. He had his own tree business and had just having his good wood milled. And just this past month, with God's help, she started making things with his wood. It's awesome that you're able to do that.
Yep. Becca says she is not rooting for the Eagles unless they play the Cowboys.
I'm with you there.
Yep.
I don't even watch football anymore.
Happy Dad H3. My dad and I are going to start our woodworking business this new year.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
Gotta get after it. Get it. Get it.
Oh, hold on. Mo just messed with it. I hit this thing all the time.
Dude. You need a boom arm.
Look, Mia's tail's overcoated his head. That's hilarious. Oh, sorry. Art says, awesome. We only have 6 months of riding per year, so we tend to stick together.
I bet. It stayed cold up there.
Matt May, sorry to hear that. Talking to, who's he talking to?
Andy, no, sir. I have not ever made any Adirondack chairs. James King has a really extremely good video. King's Fine Woodworking. Extremely good video on those, and he sells templates to them. He's his video is extremely detailed. You should, like, when you get through with it, you're gonna know what to do.
There's a guy at our church. He works at our
He's a youth
church.
pastor.
His son, who is less than 10, is making Adirondack chairs for customers, and he's like building them. I'm not kidding, and they're wonderful. The YouTube is so weird about kids and stuff, and so I don't know how we could do it other than maybe have his dad on here with us or something. But I've told him I'd really love to. Yeah,
it'd be a cool little guest.
Have him on as a guest one night.
Jeff Cruz, do you have any recommendations on the table saw and routers? The table saw I have is the Saw Stop. That's what I want to recommend. However, if you can get it, Lowe's has the Delta 36725 T2 on sale for half off. You can get that saw for $350 if it's at your local Lowe's. It has to be in store. There's been a bunch of people this last week who's been able to get that deal. That is a fantastic deal for that saw. That you will walk out of there feeling like you stole it. It is so good. It's a good deal. For routers, I would go with the DeWalt. There's a DeWalt on, you can get it most everywhere, but Amazon has it for like $200, $250. It's got a plunge base and a fixed base with it. That's one I've got. It's 2.25 horsepower, so it's more than power than you're probably going to need on 90% of the things. It's an excellent little router. It does half and a 1/4-inch collet. So
they're loving the idea of having him on with his dad. So I'll talk to them. We'll let them get through the Christmas holidays, and we'll make plans to put them on here.
That'd be cool.
I think it would be cool. They were saying it would help inspire so many others. I agree. Thank you, Robert Mills.
Thank you, man. Super chat.
Josh says his little Georgia Peach is awake.
That's awesome. Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Okay, Rob, I'll look into that. Says the gold coin grass, after you use it for 30 days to dissolve the kidney stone, you then do it once a month to keep them away. That's cool.
Yep. Never knew it.
I'd never heard of that.
I didn't either.
Huh. Okay. Doc 19 Holiday says, thanks for inspiring them to start woodworking. Built a bench and my wife loves it with the arrow through the middle of it.
Sweet. There's one right there. You can't see it, but it's right there. I can put my feet on it from right here.
I love that. He surprised me with that, and he wrote "I love you" on it, and I love it.
Yep.
Love it a lot.
Yeah, that Rigid, the one it's the exact same Delta saw, but it's Rigid brand now. They painted it orange. It's a really good saw.
Oh my goodness. Sleepy. Sorry. What?
Huh? We were all watching you yawn.
Yeah, sorry.
Thank you, Kenneth.
That's funny. Vancouver Island. I gotta write that one down too. See?
Where's that at? Is that in Canada? Hey.
Yeah, but I like it. I'll get the words of it. Canada, eh?
Welcome to Canada, eh?
Thank you, Kenneth Egan. He says, good evening, y'all.
They
I
do?
love the channel.
You got all these pins. They're all sweet.
They really are. Jim Meek says, it's been a great year for me building.
Awesome.
Thank you to you both. Happy holidays.
Everyone's now yawning.
All right, Jay. Oh, everybody's yawning now. Jason, we still have a few seconds.
Do we?
We have a few seconds.
For what?
I don't know.
Oh, man. Did you write that down while ago that I told you?
All right, Charlie said he likes it when we say A. Yeah.
Hey?
Grant, we still got a few seconds. I think, oh, hey.
So,
do you know what time it is?
power tip time.
And you don't know it if
No, I got it.
Oh, darn.
The power tip actually came in an email. However, I had already set the topic. And then I read the email. I was like, oh, this is perfect. I got to use it. So I'll give a shout out to Mr. Daniel, who sent me the email. I don't want to use the last name because I don't know if he wants to use it or not. Anyway, at his signature at the bottom is perfect for this, y'all. All we have to do, wait, I don't want to mess it up. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us. And that was from J.R.R. Tolkien from the Lord of the Rings series. So I thought that was just perfect. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us.
And since you
Perfect.
said that,
On topic.
Philip Stanfield says prayers needed to take the plunge and go for it full time. So that kind of goes back to that quote.
Mm-hmm.
You need to make sure you have things in place for it. You know, obviously you don't want to go into it ill prepared, but that's all you have to do is decide what to do with the time that you have. And I think that's something that we've started learning as a side effect of him taking this full time. I think that the idea of him taking it full time sounded really cool, and we were like, man, that would be a dream. That would just be a dream come true. But that's not something we could really do, right? And then it started getting more and more of a possibility, I guess. It started coming to fruition, I guess you could say. And now, like last night, we were just laying in there talking, and I looked at him and I said, can you believe that you work from here? Can you believe that? And I grabbed his shoulders and I shook him. I said, do you really believe that? I mean, it's one of those things that you may not ever expect it to really happen, but things can really start happening if you start living versus just being alive, I think.
I like that. I like that a lot.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And see, that's the thing, like, I'm telling you, I don't know
it's easier said than done.
Well, it is, but it's not, because I don't know your personal situations and financial situations, family situations. Like, our kids are grown, so it made the decision a whole bunch easier for me because they're grown. You know, they're all in college or graduated college, so we don't have little bitty ones depending on our income, and we still have to pay the house, you know, and stuff like that. But it was 5 years ago. I'm telling you, 5 years ago in February of 2017, there's no way when I went out there with a borrowed saw and made a pair of J-base chairs that I would ever have thought that this would have been a possibility. It wasn't even on my mind. I didn't think about being a full-time YouTuber. I was watching YouTubers. There's no way I thought about I would do this. I wouldn't even talk in front of the camera. Go look at the first video posted in May of 2017. I wouldn't even be on the camera. I showed my hand was on there, and that's it. And then I was talking like this real low.
But you were only limited by yourself.
Of course I was.
All of you keep telling me, you know, that you're ready for me to do my channel, and I keep coming up with excuses of why I haven't done it yet, and I'm only limiting myself. That channel is not going to start until I make the decision to start it. Even though it's something I want to do, I'm still scared to take that leap and do that myself because I feel like I want to devote so much of my time to my job, my regular job, because I think that my students deserve that. And I think I deserve that.
However,
but this is also something else that I really want to do that I feel like I want to do.
You just got to do it because
you got to do it.
It's like
I'm limiting myself.
I was devoting a ton of time to the channel before I went full time with it. If you want to play the game, you got to invest in it. You just got to, you know. And as a side note, I was able to buy this week Miss731.com for her. There's no page there, but I own the domain.
Not yet. So I told him that what I want to do is to go ahead and start building my website and putting recipes on there and then start adding videos to it. So that's where I'm going to start from. But yeah, Matt Mayer says the only one holding you back is you. That's absolutely the truth. Sometimes we are being held back by our circumstances, but what do we need to do to change those circumstances?
Well, you can't do it all at once.
No.
Like, you're not going to totally change from being dependent on your job to dependent on your side hustle, being full time overnight. You've got to take time to build that. And where does that time come from? You got to sacrifice somewhere, whether that comes from 4 a.m. getting up at 4 a.m. and doing it, or if it comes from 2 hours in the evenings when you get home from work doing it. The time's got to come from somewhere.
Right.
And you just have to make a decision like, this is how many hours a week I'm going to work at it. And I'm going to do this. This is what's happening, you know. And
people
sit down
say
with your
take the
spouse.
jump. They're saying take the jump on
sit
here.
Sit down with your spouse, make sure he or she's on board with you, or your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever the situation is, and say, hey, I want to build this business. Will you help me, or whatever, you know, however y'all need to talk that out, and just go for it.
But when you say take the jump, it's also not about taking a jump and quitting everything that you are doing right now and do something full time. Taking the jump may simply be making the decision to get it started.
Yep.
Posting
go build a set of chairs.
Record yourself doing something. Laugh at yourself if you need to. Go back and say, okay, if I don't want to post this because I don't like it, what do I need to do to fix it?
Post it anyway.
Post it anyway.
Go watch Think Media. He's one of the biggest advocates of his motto is just press record. You can't get better if you're not posting them. If you go watch the beginning of this channel, the beginning of the Wood Whisperers channel, the beginner of Steve Ramsey's channel, the beginner of Fix This Build That channel, any of the big guys, John Malecki, any of those big guys out there, go watch all of their first videos, or just skip through them. Watch one or two here and there, and you'll see
Christmas, Keith.
They didn't start out comfortable on camera. They didn't start out with the best projects. They didn't start out with the best equipment. It just takes time. Just got to go for it, man.
So
that goes for woodworking. If you're not even worried about YouTube, if you just want to build things, just start building small things and work from there. You'll learn as you go.
Think about when you start a new job. Most of the time, when people start a new job, they go in, they have somebody who's been there longer, who can do the job really well, and they come in and train them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the one thing he told me when I became a teacher, he said, I'm really surprised that when you start out as a teacher, there's nobody that's standing there showing you what to do. Now, I don't know if some school districts do it, but in this area, you don't. And from what I've ever seen, first day of school, that's when you learn how to be a teacher. You stand in front of the class. Now, I went through the master's program, so I didn't even have an internship that some people have, just like Mo didn't. We didn't do regular undergrad. So we were basically thrown into the fire trying to figure it out. If you think of woodworking or anything like that in the same sense, it's not outside the realm of possibilities to start that way. Mm-hmm. Yes, you may be thrown into a fire to begin with, but make beauty from the ashes. You know what I mean? Like the best you can. Sometimes we're thrown into situations that are not comfortable. Those of us who are parents, the first time your child is sick, when you're a first-time parent, you have to figure it out. If you want this to work, you have to figure it out, you know. And
there's going to be stumbling blocks along the way. We're still going to hit stumbling blocks. We know that. I don't know what's ahead, or all I know is we're just going to keep making videos as long as the good Lord lets us, and just keep doing it and see what happens. And we're going to do different types of videos and see what's coming down the pipe. So we're going to do a flooring video. I know this is a woodworking channel. We do DIY projects also. If you go back on the channel, we've had several on the channel over the years, but it's mainly focused DIY or woodworking and tools. But there are some DIY projects we want to tackle, and we want to make a video of it. Mm-hmm. So we kind of jumping out there and see what happens.
Yeah. So Keen Lucian maybe took your advice and started woodworking. I've built a wardrobe insert and a customer tractor bed for a 4-year-old. I wish I could send you pictures. Oh, that is cool.
Post them on the community.
Yeah, if you've got pictures, post them to the community. Nothing but love in there.
It's facebook.com/groups/731woodworks.
James Pace said, just want to say, love your channel. It is very encouraging, and we both love Jesus.
Hey.
I'm expanding handyman remodel business to include custom woodworking next year. So that's super cool.
Awesome. That is awesome.
That's really cool. Kenneth Egan said, I've learned so far that custom furniture wasn't a good idea for trying to sell. I'm doing now small things like birdhouses. It depends on your area.
Mhm.
So, in our area, custom furniture is one of those things that you would be okay if you only felt like doing 2 or 3 a year, because that's about what people really end up wanting to order. And the rest is going to be those small things for our area.
PJ Barker says I started out making outdoor planters and wine racks for gifts. Ended up making several this past spring and summer. There you go. Stephanie says life is 10% of what happens to you and 90% of how you react to it.
That's
That is
right.
so true.
That's
is
absolutely
really, really
right,
true.
Stephanie. She's such a wordsmith. Thank you, Kent. I'm not going to say it right. DeLazel with Extra Mile Custom Creations. I probably butchered it. Been a 1x6 supporter for 6 months. Says, blessed to finally being able to give back, going the extra mile this Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone in 731 land.
Thank you.
Love that. Custom Creative. I did not know where that was going because I didn't see the end. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Really quick, let's do the states. We've got Virginia, Louisiana, Alabama, Florida, Arkansas, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Indiana, Colorado, Georgia, Utah, New York, Tennessee, Michigan, Illinois, Missouri, British Columbia, Canada, including I can't say it, Vancouver Island. I can't say it, Vancouver Island.
New York.
South Carolina, North Carolina, Texas, Iowa, Oklahoma, California, Oregon, Ohio, Rhode Island, Arizona, Mississippi, Minnesota. I think I said Georgia, New York, Rhode Island, Indiana, Utah. Yeah. Okay, I think I got there. And then Texas. Houston. Not Texas, but Houston.
Texas. Jeff says Texas.
Does he? Is that the way Rhea says Texas?
I don't know. Texas.
Oh, Jeff Crust says Texas. That's right.
And it's in capital letters because it's bigger.
Oh, that's everything's bigger in Texas. Dexter Butler says, my 7-year-old grandson has already started recording himself.
That's awesome.
He has. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button down pat. That's awesome.
That is awesome. Hey, man, some of the biggest names on YouTube started really, really young. Yeah. So it's really cool.
West Virginia. I'm sorry, Rodney, you're right. I always forget in Australia and Washington State. Oh, my goodness. Delaware.
You forgot a bunch of them. Epoxy, correct, Joshua Patton. Epoxy is not a smart idea to do when it's cold. It needs a higher temperature, not too hot. It needs to be like, it should tell you on the package. It's like 70 to 85 or 60 to 75 degrees, something like that. If it gets too hot, it'll cure too fast. If it's too cold, it won't cure right. Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff. Oh.
It's temperamental. But it's on the thing. It'll tell you.
4321 said he just approved 3 more members to the 731 Woodworking community. Virginia, by the way, of West Virginia. That's right. Bill Dellinger says that. Virginia, by the way, of West Virginia.
West Virginia.
West Virginia.
Isn't there a song about West Virginia?
I don't know. Stephanie said, we love our Facebook community. Why don't you plug that real quick?
I just did. A while ago, I called out the whole
URL. I don't
Facebook.com/group/731.
Do y'all ever just not listen to your husbands?
Wow.
Or wives?
Wow.
John Burton is sliding in late. Everybody call him out on it. Don't let him slide in late. Better late than never, John Burton. Glad to have you here. Splinter says that the 731 Woodworking community is a great place. The reason it is such a great place is because it is run by you guys, not us.
Yep.
That's why that is such a wonderful place. That is not our community. That is our.
It is ours. We're there.
That is our community.
It's all of us.
All of us. That is not us two. They can put the epoxy in front of their heater, Miss Cheryl says. Cassandra said we have selective hearing. I know that's what you got.
Stephanie, that is correct. Remember, there's 2 questions you have to answer to be approved to go to the community. Will you abide by the rules? The answer is yes. If you say no, you won't be approved.
That's right.
And then, what's your favorite woodworking tool? If you don't answer those questions, you get declined because we don't want, we got to make sure there's no bots coming there, spam, stuff like that.
Steve will look at that.
Thanks, Steve.
Matt May says you're thinking of a John Denver song.
I never think of John Denver songs.
Yeah, I think you're thinking it.
Yeah, I think it's like, it says part of his line is West Virginia and then something else. But I don't know.
I have no idea, but I thought that's fine. Stephen Covett says, Merry Christmas, everyone, and may God richly bless each and every one of you. Wouldn't be a community without us. Well, it wouldn't be a community without all of us, though. But thank you, Michael Ridley. We could not do this without you guys.
Man, and moderators, they don't get enough love. I'm telling you, they are constantly working.
They're amazing.
Because there's always something going on in there.
Always.
There's 17,000 people, and there's a lot of people that post, and some of them get negative, and they get them out of there quick.
That's what I love about it. Okay, so the moderators, we don't get messages about them anymore, but in the beginning, we would get messages like, man, why'd I get kicked? And I'm like, look, if you violated the rules, that's just part of what happens to it. Dexter says favorite tool was a sander. That's okay. That can be your favorite tool, but that should never be anybody's favorite tool.
Hey, whatever sands your wood.
Anyway, oh Lord,
I just came up with that. That's good, wasn't it?
Oh goodness,
I had to use that in a video.
the hard knock joke. Oh my goodness.
Take Me Home by John Denver. That's right.
Take Me Home by John Denver. Kentucky. Philip Walker's from Kentucky. Oh,
Country Home, Take Me Home.
I just fell in love with the Kentucky
West Virginia
song.
Mountain. That's right. That's it.
By Ann Wilson.
What?
That she likes her Christmas Kentucky Fried Kentucky Fried Christmas. If y'all have not heard that song by Ann Wilson, it is pretty cool. Y'all need to listen to that.
I'll tell you a really cool quick story. Okay. Did I tell this last week? I think I did.
Oh Lord.
So
where's our tangent alert?
The guitarist for Zach Williams, who's a Christian singer, a very popular Christian singer.
This last week.
Yeah, everybody's gonna hear it again. He messaged me on Instagram back in September and said, "Hey, saw you posted using one of our songs
Thank you, Jonah.
Thank you, on an Instagram story. If you're ever in the area, I'd love to have you at the show."
Wolf Under One Before Support a Clip.
And so we messaged a couple times, and then they come to El Dorado, which is like an hour and a half away. And so he messaged, said, "Hey, we're in El Dorado if you want to come to the show tomorrow night." Heck yeah. So that's where we went, and that's where she heard that song.
Mm-hmm.
Tangent alert.
Yep. Tangent alert. But, I think another great thing from the community is that you guys check on each other.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all pray for each other. You check on each other. It does not matter what you believe in. It does not matter who you believe in. It does not matter what your political views are. None of that matters in the community.
As long as you like woodworking.
All that matters is that you are a kind human. That's it. That's what
Technically,
matters.
you don't have to be kind. You just got to be kind in there.
You just have to be kind in there. Yeah. But
if you're usually just mean, then
if you're just a booty, they're gonna boot. They boot the booties.
The purpose of the community, the reason it got started was a lot of people wanted a good place to go on Facebook or social media that they could ask a question. Doesn't matter if somebody asked it 2 days ago or 2 hours ago. You don't see those posts. You know how that stuff works. You don't ever see that. And so you could ask a question and somebody would be willing to help you without being snarky or rude or mean. That's the purpose of the thing. And then also to show your projects and get feedback or just show it and say, "Hey, I can't believe I made this, y'all." And everybody says, "Oh man, that's awesome." Or, "Hey, if you'd have done it this way, this would have happened." Or just give you good positive feedback.
You don't have to be fake in there. You just can't.
Just be nice.
Don't bring your negativity, as Becca says. Don't bring your negativity in there. We don't like negativity in there. If you're just a booty. Josh is laughing.
There's
at
a new
me.
shirt. Hey, Ron Shimko.
Booties get the
Welcome.
boots. Where? What? Why didn't it give me? Oh, I see it now.
Jeff,
I've been watching.
I have been known to use a pocket hole jig a time or two.
Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Jamie Adams says Merry Christmas from Christian rock band 3 Days Under.
Yes, I love it.
That's cool. Yeah. That's right, Becca. A specific faith isn't a requirement. Human decency is. See, in the beginning, we were getting messages and we were like, "I don't think this person is a Christian. I don't think they should be in the community." And I'm like, what? We don't. Guys, that community is for all of us to be a community together. We're not. Yeah. Don't be a booty.
I had to get a shirt made.
Oh my goodness. Can someone post the link for the Facebook community? I can't.
If you go punch in facebook.com/groups with an S /731 Woodworks, you should be there.
I'll try to get the link really quick. Yeah. I'll try. Ooh, I need to update my profile picture. I have not been on Facebook a whole lot.
School and stuff,
y'all. All right, let me see.
I like your name there, Jamie. 3 Days Under. That's a good one. I like that.
Let's see if this works.
And I like Christian rock. So
Okay. Whoever asked for that, see if that link will work for you to take you in there. Maybe. All right. Okay.
Yeah, there it is.
Did it go in there?
Yeah.
Stephanie said, bring your positivity and creativity to our community. Leave the nasties at the door.
Mhm.
You know, we all had those nasty moments where we're having a bad day.
It happens.
Don't put that out there on social media, though, y'all. I try so hard to make my students understand that. I'm like, I know you have bad days and stuff. Don't put stuff out there. Also, don't put stuff out there that you don't want somebody like your grandma or your mama to see, because those things can pop up on you. We are there to plant seeds. I love
Hey,
that.
Jamie, where y'all music at? I'm looking on YouTube Music right now. See it.
You looking it up?
Yeah. I'd like to hear it.
Instead of talking.
All right.
Yeah, you go ahead
if
and
I
look it up.
spelled days right, it would probably pop up
that
right.
might be.
DAYA is not it.
That's right, Becca.
Gotcha.
It wouldn't be called woodworking then.
I'll say that for later.
Did you find it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll listen to it later.
Yeah, he'll be listening to me.
I don't want to get copyright strike.
Oh, yeah.
Custom, I haven't actually, how's the CNC been treating me? I actually haven't had a chance to use it much. I was able to cut out 40, how many mallet templates I cut out the other day? It was 3 29 by 29 sheets of mallet templates, and it was like almost 48, I think, MDF mallet templates. I've done them all 3 in a row. Everything was flawless. It done really good. So I guess you could say we're doing good. And tomorrow I'm going to make a few trays. I never walk alone trays. I'm out of those, and I'd like to give a couple of those as gifts this week. So I'm going to make a few of those.
Did you see what Chris Flavel said? He said, my grandmother would be rolling over in her grave hearing all these people saying, don't forget to do this or that. She would always say, remember to do this or that.
Half glass full.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
well,
I like that. It's a mindset thing, I think.
It is. That's very much a mindset. Like I'm stuck on that comment right now.
That's pretty cool.
Well, it makes me think because, okay, as a teacher, I remember somebody telling me one time in a training, don't ever ask your kids, would you mind having a seat and being quiet while we do this? Always do it a little bit differently and say, have a seat while we do this, and then we'll talk. Or it's something about that mindset kind of thing, and that's what that is.
I tell you, old cop trick.
Remember to do this or that.
I don't know why it made me think of it, but it's like when I was a trooper, when I would walk up, I would never ask them how much have you had to drink or have you been drinking. I never said that. Never said that because that gives you an out. I always said so I wouldn't say, well, how would that go? I'm trying to think of it. I'd say,
it's been a while.
Have you been drinking? Yeah, I would never ask them, have you been drinking? I would say, how much have you had to drink? And because that would elicit a response. Either they would get really frustrated and angry with me because they don't drink. They're like, what are you talking about? Or they would kind of, the guilt thing would kick in and they would be like, either pause or they say, oh, 1, 2, whatever.
Oh, wait, he added more too, and I just saw
Judo, purple judo.
He says, don't is the same as but. As soon as you hear these words, you forget everything that went before the but or what comes after. Don't forget.
It's interesting.
Oh, my goodness. He's getting all philosophical. I love it. Don't is the same as but. As soon as you hear these words, you forget everything that went before the but or what comes after the don't forget. So you remember what comes after remember. Remember to do this or that.
Remember? Rich, I'm trying to pop your comment. There it goes. It says, with these
Chris,
mallets.
You got me thinking over
Rich,
here, and I love it.
Rich, with those mallets, do we take 3 pieces of wood to make 1 mallet? So yes, there are 3 pieces. The templates I sell is just the handle and the head. So you could actually take and trace out the head part on pieces of wood. So like if you're doing I like to combine wood. So if you got maple and walnut, you take the handle and the head piece, make that single piece out of walnut, and then you take maple and cut the other 2 head pieces out and glue those on and get them good and fairly straight on the bottom where they all meet. And then you can clean those up on the miter saw is how I do it. And you can cut them at, I like 3-degree angles versus 5. 5's a little steep for a mallet in my opinion. and just clean that cut up, and then you can just sand it, oil it, you're ready to rock. It's really simple, actually. If you check out the video, it's explained a little better than I did there.
Everybody says, Charles P. said it and Nathaniel Hampton says it. The answer is always 2 beers. No more, no less. At least in Indiana.
Yeah, that's why in Arkansas, too. I mean, yeah, 2. Yeah, 2 kegs. Can't even stand up.
So Becca was a child psych major. She was taught that positive statements are better than negative, just like the remember to do this versus don't do that. Try again. To kids versus no, that's not right. Yeah.
You should start telling me that then.
What?
Remember to close those cabinet doors instead of, why don't you ever close the cabinet doors? Right?
I never say that. I close them.
Oh.
Okay, we gotta try this. We gotta.
Y'all gonna make her play tricks on me. I don't know what's happening.
See, y'all tell me some more. Come on, we've only got 4 minutes. I need more psych stuff. Becca said that took a turn. That is hilarious. Oh my goodness. Oh, Married Man's got up to 103 now. What? He said he posted. I got lost in the psych stuff. But he posted. I gotta find it. Says Matt, Amy, everyone, the Woodworking YouTubers channel now has over 100 subs. I really appreciate all the support. That's awesome. We're so proud of you.
Jesse Indish says, do you think Festool is better than Craig? On what? So if we're talking the track saw, I don't know yet. I've got the Craig track saw in. The Festool's been on order since before October, September. And every month they keep pushing it. Say it's the new cordless one that's coming out and nobody has them, so I can't get it. And then also, so when I get that, it's supposed to be like March before we get it. So when it gets here, I'm going to do a comparison of the Craig and then the Festool. Then I'm going to give the Craig away, I think. And then I'm also going, I'm going to go ahead and order the Win track saw and do a comparison of all 3 of those and see how they all match up and what the pluses, minuses, things like that.
So Jason Garrett posted, remember, Amy, to do your videos. And I completely wasn't even thinking about what we had just talked about. I was just going back to reading and I was like, oh, I got to remember. And I was like, wait.
He just tricked you.
He just tricked me. He just used it on me.
That's awesome.
Becca says, seriously, though, use positive verbiage, even with corrections. See, when I teach my students essays and they've got them pulled up on their screen, I pull them up on my iPad and I walk and I stand beside each student. It takes forever for me. I take a whole day of doing this. I go student by student and I'll say, well, have you thought about doing this? Oh, I love the way you've got this right here. What would it do if you added this word or if you did? I love doing that. And it makes them so much more confident in their writing. But yeah, positive reinforcements are so much better.
Mm-hmm.
That was funny. And then I laughed at.
Thank you, Travis.
Rodney says he's saying it to Becca. So basically, you're telling Amy to treat Matt like a child. I can see that.
Yeah, it'd probably work a lot better. It works a lot better if she does.
Yeah, Becca, I do that with my students constantly because they respond so much better to positive reinforcement than negative. Yeah.
Is the Win, Nathaniel says maybe another cheapest Amazon tool, track saw. Is the Win the cheapest on Amazon?
Thank you, Travis.
Yeah, Win makes, so that's a lot of times when you get a saw in, if you replace the blade, they do much better. Of course, the Craig come with a pretty good blade. I rip plywood with it and MDF. Of course, MDF's really soft, but it done pretty good. I don't have any complaints with it.
They're asking Stephanie if her clock is fast. That's funny. I was looking. Travis Hetz says, "What's up, 731 Woodworks?"
That's just posted.
Huh?
I just posted it.
Did you?
Yeah, I said thank you.
He says he's been watching it for the last 2 years. Love the channel. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
I don't know if I said his name right, if it's Hetz or Hats, but it's with an E, so I'm
Splinter
not sure.
Blank says, "I love the whole live thing. Need to get that set up right in my wheelhouse. Go for it, man.
Remember to set that up.
Yeah. Remember to set up your live stream.
Remember to set up your live stream." PJ says, "Hope you all have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year." Thank y'all so much. We hope that all of you guys have a Merry Christmas. Thank you so much for hanging out with us every Tuesday night.
Yep. We always look forward to it. It's just one of those things. We're just always ready for Tuesday night. So
we hope all of you are have what is it that you are not so
Strauss.
grown that you don't stop looking up at the sky on Christmas Eve. Isn't that
Yeah.
something we just read or something?
That's cool.
May you never be too old to watch the sky on Christmas Eve. So we hope all of you are having a wonderful Christmas time with your family, and we hope to see you next week. Yep.
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Good night.
Good night.